Good afternoon, folks. We are here today with just a little bit of news that you can use. I have a few things that I want to make sure that I'm bringing to our attention that happened at some point in the week, either happened last week or it's happened earlier in this week. So let's dive in. So the first thing that we know um, is the Epstein files. So we know that the other day, let's see, today is Thursday. So we know Tuesday that the House voted 434 to 1 to release the Epstein files. So what has happened is then that bill went to the Senate overnight, where Mike Johnson thought that uh, they were literally going to amend the bill so that they could take out names, do all this other foolishness in an attempt at another delay tactic to keep it from getting to the president's desk. What happened instead was the Senate said, nope, no, we are going to pass this bill by unanimous consent. I'll have an explanation for you on that in a minute here. Uh, bill left the Senate. The bill went to the president's desk. Well, as I understand it, the president signed the bill last night. So, what then happens is the bill goes to the Department of Justice, where they will have 30 days to figure out how much of those files will be released, what will be released, those kinds of things. So, more to come there. Um, So, okay, let's see. The second thing that happened, as I look at my notes here, did you know that the administration is moving forward with dismantling more of the Department of Justice? They've already started dismantling it. Linda McMahon, with her, don't know what the hell she's doing. Anybody who clearly thinks that AI is A1 steak sauce should not be running something such as the Department of Justice. But I digress. So they're working to sidestep the Congress and outsource large portions of the department that will handle elementary education and secondary education, post secondary education, and Indian education to other federal agencies. This is something really important to keep our eyes to because, first of all, that is the Congress's job. It is not the administration's job to just dismantle whole departments. So, what's important to know is that these three were placed at the department by Congress when it created the agency in 1979. So, what are they proposing that they would move? Well, let us have a look. So, the Office of Elementary and Secondary Education, which includes managing Title I, which is a key federal funding stream that helps schools support low income students, that would move to the U.S. Department of Labor, as well as the work of the Office of Secondary Education. The Department of the Interior would take on work of the Department of Indian Education. Department of State would take on international education and foreign language study programs, responsibilities for the child care access, which means parents in low school programs that offers child care for parents in school. That would move to Health and Human Services. Would move to Health and Human Services. So, McMahon said they were doing this to send these to departments that are better suited to manage programs and empowering states and local leaders to oversee the rest. Uh, Labor and the Department of Education would both manage the Department of Adult Education. Literally, All of this is an effort to turn education back over to the states without the protection of the Federal Civil Rights Act. So um, that is something that we should also be keeping in mind. So they are literally removing the protections that that kept the likes of Ruby Bridges safe in school when she integrated the schools in New Orleans, right? And so they can also pass federal appropriated dollars to the states to privatize schools. This is all boiling down to privatization. So this is definitely something to keep our eyes trained to. All right. Lastly, something else that we need to keep in mind is that um, the state of Texas maps. Well, a lower court ruled that the maps that the state of Texas mid um, redrew mid census is illegal because it is racial gerrymandering. So they struck those maps down and said you must use for the 2026 election year, you must use the old maps that are currently in place. So while it's a win currently, the administration, of course, has asked the Supreme Court to take a look at the ruling because it is their goal to have that ruling overturned. As we learned last night on Joy Reid's show, talking to our sister Jolanda Jones, this really also throws everything up in the air because Black candidates have already started filing their paperwork under the new districts that they have been moved into. So they are literally being asked to run as candidates in districts that they have not run in. Okay. So this kind of cracking and packing of these districts, what that now means is that like I said, they could literally be running in districts that they had not run in before, giving advantages to new people who are literally um, coming in to run against them. She also said, what happens if the Supreme Court strikes down the lower court's decision and that uh, upholds the maps that Texas has redrawn? What happens then for those persons who have either decided to stay in the district that they were moved to run, or have decided to re-register because they have until some point in December to make up their mind where they're going to run, decide to go back to the district that they were in? What happens then? Um, so knowing that Roberts has always wanted to do away with the Voting Rights Act completely, and the Section 2 case, the Calais case out of Louisiana that was just argued before the Supreme Court by the Legal Defense Fund and Janae Nelson, this could be their actual opportunity to completely strike down the law as it stands on its face, just like completely. So more to come, more to keep our eye to. We'll be back.